good while doing that. And their playstyle is up there, so they just need to keep that performance up. And it's going to be a fun one to watch.
I do agree with that. Can't wait for this game number 1 to get started between 032 and Among Us. You can already see the all chat has begun. What's going on from the drafting phase. Teams can't help themselves.
Oh no, they paid for those battle passes, Mike. They're gonna make use of it. You know.
From the ramblings we've been hearing online, like these are, or at least for Among Us, they might feel like they have something to prove here.
Just friendly back and forth. Whitemon missing Ninja Bogey.
It's gonna be one of those games.
I love it. I love it. You know, we know all of them play with each other so often. From the days of Geek Fam, from the time of old Fnatic, from the times of old Mineski. You know, these are just veterans in the scene, even old Detroit. So it's fun to see them in you know, a much more friendly it's still competition, but you know, a friendly competition between, at this point, fellow pros, fellow friends in the scene.
No friendships here, John. It's an absolute war zone between these two.
Oh, I'd like to think they're friends, Mike.
Come on now, John. We're in a professional Dota match. No friends. It's all about proving something for these teams. And can be friends after this.
Very fair. Still, not too much excitement around these runes. It looks like they will have to settle for 2-2 each. Gonna be interesting lanes coming out though. Again, you've got the support snap played by Ninja Bogey. He's gonna be in that safe lane with Natsumi. You know, the CK snap dual lane has some potency, really good damage early on. Interestingly enough, Natsumi does opt for level 1 Chaos Strike. Not going for the Bolt or Reality Rift, so not looking for the early kill opportunities, focusing on that farm. Of course, they are laning up against Jabs on his Mirana and Cuckoo on his Centaur. So, solid offlane duo. Gonna have to be cautious about the stomp into arrow combos that can fly in here.
I said an arrow out from Jabs, he'll secure the first range creep straight off the bat, and obviously for the side of Among Us, they want to try and get the level 2 sooner than the side of 032, because they can get very aggressive with that hoof stomp into the arrow. Jabs take a bit of harassment here from Ninja Boogie, but should be just fine. While we have a chance, we will have a look at the mid lane where Arbed be there on the Conker up against Nico on the Ember. Nice little torrent out for Arbed, but Nico has been very, very aggressive with his positioning. Really trying to get the damage out with that Flame Guard.
Yeah, it's certainly paying off. He's zoning out Abed pretty hard. Abed, for his part, he does have a Tango stack, down to 1 shared Tango. Doesn't have a salve. He's in a bit of a precarious spot. Nico's spacing has been on point. Level 3 is going to be the telling time. When he does get that level 2 Flame Guard up, a lot more damage can fly onto Abed, and you've got to be careful, because Nico is just going to force that advantage early.
It's very true. Of course, up at the top lane, you do have Bok there on the Prophet. Be there with the Tiny being played by Matthew, and be up against Whiteman and 23savage. Always fun to cast Mr. 23savage, as we were there when he was first coming into the scene, John.
Oh yeah.
It's good to see him progressing as time goes on.
It's been about a year since that point, right? Since the Ginep's run. They've gone so far, and Matt, you got to be careful with how you trade. Can't underestimate the right clicks of a disruptor. So he's gonna have to pop his salve here just to stay in that lane.
Bill. Back to that mid lane. Arbed again going to take quite a bit of harassment here from Nico. Does want to give it back. Gets a torrent out, but is not going to connect with it. And Nico will have to take a Tidebringer on the way out. But this mid lane matchup has been very, very close between the two. Not just in terms of the trading, but in terms of CS, they are pretty much even. Only 1 extra deny here for Nico.
Yeah, that's it's as close of a matchup as you can get. Abed really getting stretched out here, and that's what you want though from the Ember. You keep Abed's progression in place. You've got the level advantage as well. If Nico can hit the 6 mark earlier, you might get an early support rotation to get killed, but
X-Torrent going to be out. Abed looking for the kill and does get it. First blood will go his way. And Nico not respecting the fact that Abed had X at level 4.
Yeah, it's that spike for the Kunkka. Once he's got that control, you can just hammer him in, and Nico, gotta respect that. He will come in with a fresh bottle charge though. So in a sense, it's a bit of a reset, but give that kill away, suddenly the XP evens out. Abed actually has the lead there. Once he hits 6 in the Kunkka, both flies out. Nico's gonna be very exposed to that damage.
He is. Down to that bot lane, Natsumi. He's been taking quite a bit of harassment out from Cuckoo and Jabs. He's still getting some very nice CS on the CK. Just has to be a bit wary of his HB pool, but luckily for him, of course, Chaos Strike does give you lifesteal now. Assuming you do hit the crit. It's going to keep him up and healthy. See, Jabs, don't forget your item there. He dropped an item for a second, but does manage to pick it up, and now Arrow not going to land in time. In fact, he does take the DD rune. Jabs going to try and fight into Bok. Bok just TPing. We'll try to TP back out, and we'll make it out. A very close call for both.
Wow!
We'll deny the rune away from Nico.
Oh yeah, it denies it from Abed as well, but at least you don't have to worry about that rotation out. They even have Matthew mid. A lot of emphasis in getting Nico off to a running start, and Abed's got to be a bit cautious.
Oh, they missed the chains though. One of the avalanche toss, and that may have been just a guaranteed kill on Abed had those chains landed, but they do not, and Abed will be able to get the salve off in time.
Missed opportunity. There's a lot of emphasis in slowing down Abed, giving Nico a running start. Not quite there. Abed, he has that 6 now, he has the boat, so Nico has to be very cautious showing in that lane. Gotta go for the bounties just to be safe.
Get him pretty easily. Arrow gonna be nicely landed onto Ninja Boogie, and Cuckoo will be able to clean up the Snapfire. Natsumi still trying to trade harass, but it is a 2v1. We'll have to accept the fact that he cannot win that kind of war.
No, it's a tough one. Like there's a lot of damage that can fly out from 032, but there's a lot of durability here from Among Us. A lot more control with the stunts they have. If the arrow lands, if the stomp lands, the damage that can fly in is a bit too much. And Natsumi, he is farming well. Just try to prevent the kills from coming out here onto Cuckoo. Prevent the running start. We watched a lot of Cuckoo before. You know, he gets a good timing in the Vanguard, suddenly very online in that Centaur.
Lightman gonna run straight into Matthew. Throw out the Thunder Strike. Matthew might try for a toss back. No, he won't. Abed is gonna try and cut him off here. Kinetic Field gonna hold him in. The torrent is perfect from Abed, and Matthew will get X'd up. Should really have no way out of this. Abed will just bring him back for the Tidebringer hit, but Matthew won't be able to outrun them. Will go down, and Abed will pick up his 2nd kill of the game.
Yeah, just a fantastic start so far for Abed. They are trying to control those runes. It's not paying off in the way they'd want. 0-3 now, less than 1k lead for Among Us. Not the biggest gap. While all of this is happening though, and you let the Tiny leave the lane, Savage continues to build up a lot of farm. He's copying a lot of harassment from Bok, but 45 and level 6 out.
Yeah, he gets the chrono off, and that should be your profit gone. Bok, he'll try to juke them out of this, but no, he cannot. Still Matthew picking up Cuckoo down at the bot lane, but Abed has joined in with a boat to fly out and does get the kill onto Ninja Boogie. But Jabs, very low in HP, is able to TP up. Could not catch him. 032 will bring more heroes down to try and catch Abed, but he is already out of range and will just make his way back towards the mid lane.
Yeah, it's not a fantastic trade on old Bok. TP's right in front with its teleportation. Whitemon, of course, it's a disruptor. You've got the glimpse back home for Bok.
Hey, TP's back with his other skill though. Just a bit of a waste of a TP scroll, that's all. Whiteman, go for the kinetic field. Savage wants to try for it, but doesn't get a lucky bash. Speaking of Savage, John, he's having a great old time. Like, apart from the fact that he just got that solo kill onto the Prophet, he's 2nd in net worth only to Abed, and he's freely farming. There is nothing slowing him down.
Oh yeah, it's all you could ask for in a start for a Faceless Void. Natsumi, for his part, in comparison, you know, he's going for that Midas build, so they are going to take it a bit more consistent, not going to go hunting too fast with the CK. Wow. Build up that gold slowly, build up the EXP. That slower start, though, might be something Among Us can abuse. They're just all over the map, ready to go. You know, again, you saw Savage. He's not the kind of player to be scared of committing the Chronos early. And every time he's going to have that, he's going to look for a kill.
Absolutely. It's the way to do it. Jab's nice little D-ward there on the Mirana. Cure his own triangle for his cause as Bok is going to get caught in his own triangle. Arbed once again roaming along the map, finding more kills. Can they finish it though? Arbed so close, does get it, and Nico does get the chains off in time, but is glimpsed away. Still Arbed tried to TP, it will not work out. It does get cancelled by the toss, but they have the Stampede. So Arbed will just dance his way out of there. And unfortunately for Nico, he could not get anything done with that double damage rune he has active.
Yeah, he popped up to try to secure the kill. Just the small plays here from Among Us, sending him back, wasting some time, finding these pickoffs here and there, are delaying the timing of 0-3-2. A 2k lead for Among Us, still not that big. But you look at the gap between these cores. 4.6k on Savage, 4k, around 4k for Natsumi, and a severe gap for Nico. The Ember Spirit needs to find some way to get those initial items up to start doing some damage here.
Gonna try and force in that T1 top tower. Bot lane, however, Savage doing the exact same thing. Does have the Mask of Madness up already on the Faceless Void, so be able to take that T1 fairly easily, and 0-3-2 will have no issues either. Does miss out on the last hit on the tower, but just a bit of gold there. Sumi will just continue farming up at that top lane. Still a 2k net worth lead, however, for Among Us. I mean, they are looking great right now. But I don't know if you'd rather have the CK into the Void if you had to trade a farmed carry right now, because Savage is farming a bit too well, in my opinion.
It's been uncontested. That was pretty much a free farm lane up top for Savage. Bok just could not apply pressure you'd want on the NP, and he's just left alone bot. There's no movements out from 0-3-2 to stop that. The Midas is done on their CK, so that's a pretty good timing. 10.5 minutes in. Not the best, but also not too bad. Gonna have to see how they escalate off of that. They still need some items here for Nico. He's saving up for his ults. The Ember gonna need that to sustain himself, to get some lockdown, get some control out. But Among Us, while you play the slower game, they build up. They just farm so much more efficiently. 3k lead, 1-6, 11 minutes in, 0-3-2. And they're trading farm, but it's not a great trade so far.
Bok is in trouble again. Top lane, Savage is on top, and they got the glimpse off. Bok trying for the TP, but there was no chance that was gonna work out. He just had to give it a shot. Among Us will continue their domination in this game number 1. I mean, of course, with the CK, you are waiting for him to get that SNY up before you can get Natsumi involved. That Midas, he can't really commit to a fight. It's just going to be a bit more time.
Yeah, Among Us can commit though. They've smoked up after those kills. They're just constantly roaming that jungle. They know the farming pattern 0-3-2 wants to get done. Fortunately for 0-3-2, you know, Natsumi pulled up at the right time. Not going to find anything with that smoke, but that's the game plan here. Play hard, play fast for Among Us, and so far, it's been paying off. With Savage as well, Mike, you look at that build in the Void. He's going for the Battle Fury after the Mask of Madness. He knows he has room to play greedy because the CK is still going to have to save for the SNY himself.
Big smoke up, though. 0-3-2. They see Arbed in the mid lane. And Jaboogie gonna make it kind of obvious as he does steal the regen rune. Arbed still pushing that mid lane, not really afraid. He's going for the illusion, Matthew! Arbed tricks Matthew to go for the illusion, waste the avalanche toss. Now the X-Boat comes in with the static storm and the chrono out from Savage, and they are just... they are mauling them, John. Arbed, how dare you trick Matthew like that? Flips back onto the Tiny, but they want the other. They're going to go for the snap by Ninja Boogie. He can't even get to the high ground. Savage is going to have his way with this snapfire and make it another. Matthew does die to jabs. And these guys, I tell you, John, they have some really good chemistry already.
Oh, they definitely do. The timing on those spells, that's what we always talk about when you use those spells together. The chaining of the boat into the static storm with the chrono and the arrow, perfect spacing from Among Us. That's the kind of play you want to see when you draft the Faceless Void. And 032, they've got to wait. You can't bite into the bait. They were defending their tier 1, punished hard. But this is something you have to accept when you go with a CK Midas. It does take time to come online. You will need to take a step back and wait for at least one mid-game item to be up. Even Nico needs some catch-up. Either go for
big brain though.
That
So
illusion.
big brain from Arbed though, right? Like, he knew they were smoked, but he didn't back. He used an illusion rune to trick them into going for the wrong person.
Oof.
So dirty. Such a dirty little play, but I love to see it.
Yeah, they're just styling. They're just styling on top of 032 so far. 2-11 Mike. And 032, you know, that farm gap is growing a bit bigger. 6.1k in Natsumi, 7.6 in Savage. They need to make this investment work. Some patience is desired here, although.
Abs trying to leap away, but he's going to get caught out by Natsumi. A little play out from 032. Gonna maybe try to apply some pressure into this mid-tier 1 tower. But it is still rather difficult. You've got Cuckoo and Whiteman ready to defend. Nico not going to stick around. Let's just back off.
Yeah, it's a nice pickoff. You'll take what you can get. Support pickup still, but and that feeds into Natsumi, so accelerates his farm a bit. You can see Among Us, though, they are split up. This is not the time for them to fight. They're just waiting for the chrono to be back up. There's that Battle Fury on Savage. Mask of Madness, Power Treads, Battle Fury at sub 15. Really fast farms for Savage this game.
That is pretty fast. And mid lane, they have found the hoof stop off onto our Ember Spirit, and he does go down. Now a Stampede, they want to go for more. Matthew gonna get X'd up, but Arbed ignores him. Going for more on the other side, but Matthew, he'll be all right. Savage gonna come in now back onto the Tiny, but will get tossed away. But Whiteman has him trapped up in that kinetic field. The nice arrow out from Jabs, and that'll be your Tiny gone. Still a glimpse back onto Natsumi. He's all the way back up towards that top lane now. He just TP'd in. Ninja Boogie getting caught out by Arbed with the X, and that's going to be your Snapfire gone. Just a disastrous fight for 032.
Ooh, just a lot of punishment from Among Us. They still have the chrono as well. They've got the static storm. This is not the time to force a counter fight for 032. Got to be cautious with a clump up. That's what Among Us wants.
Savage, he has that chrono. He sees Natsumi. Does commit the chrono straight off the bat. After that CK, Nico is going to also get arrowed by Jabs from the sidelines, and this is really bad for 032. They'll lose their Ember. They get X and glimpse back on Natsumi, and he's gone to the neutral camp of all things.
Oh.
The Ancients are hungry too.
They blame Whitemon. He got his glimpse. They stacked the glimpse in the X. The static storm wasn't on point, so tips out. Still, you know, very good fight for Among Us. The effects of that team fight coming into play. 032, more patience required here. You don't have the SNY.
Savage, he's not done, John. He found Bok up at that top lane. Arrow gonna fly through, but it's not necessary. Savage, 5-0-2 now on this Faceless Void. They are making it look easy.
Oh yeah, they are just well.
They miss the cookie, they get the avalanche, but Arbed has a haste route. He'll turn back around with an X and a torrent boat out onto Matthew. Does toss him up, but now Cuckoo gonna jump in with the follow-up stun, and that's Matthew gone. Arbed will take his 5th of the game. Back off again.
Rinse and repeat. Yep. For Among Us, just on point with the cleanup. 8k lead, 032. The answers are looking a bit fuzzy. No progress in Bok. He is going to finish up his Orchid relatively soon, though. It's going to be flying out. You're going to have that option for control from your NP. Nico, though, switches out onto a Maelstrom. So just more damage that needs to come in here. But the issue now is how to go in. They need some sort of initiation tool. A blink out on Matthew would be fantastic. That is going to be up in about 400 gold. Maybe some patience for that to come out. Once you've got that, go for a smoke play, hope for some split up play from Among Us, and punish the D-clump.
Go, trying to secure a top bounty, or rather top power rune, but it's not there. There's going to be an illusion down bot. Arbed now. Start working on that bottom tier 2 tower. Has the implore, by the way, on Arbed, which is always
Of course.
the primary neutral item you'd prefer on this hero. Guaranteed Tidebringer crit is always nice.
Oh, Nico.
No. Great torrent out onto Nico, and now Savage is going to jump in with Cuckoo, and they blow him up.
Oh, man. Abed. Now there's a blind torrent in there. He walked back into it. And smoke immediately. They want to play sneaky here.
Why not? They're blood hungry right now. Among Us, they're not done. Ninja Boogie shows himself mid lane. Run back into farm a bit. Whiteman, can you get the X? No, they don't need it. They have Cuckoo there with the hoof stomp. Whiteman, no need to glimpse Whiteman, or rather Ninja Boogie, away.
The prize is mine.
Look at poor Natsumi, John. He's just forced to farm in the dire jungle by himself. He's got the SNY up now. It just doesn't feel like it's going to be quite enough.
Nah, definitely not. The BKB would help, but the progress is slow going. If they can, again, if they can find an opening, force a pick off first on one of these big team fighters. So we're talking about Savage getting picked off, Abed being picked off, or Cuckoo being picked off. You might find a fight afterwards, but when all of them are alive and you force a 5v5, you don't have anything like a Chrono. You don't have anything like Static Storm. You don't have that AoE control on your side.
23savage working towards his own SNY on this Void now. Not going to have it up too late either. It looks like he'll have it up pretty darn quick at this rate. Ping's coming out for the Roshan pit, so time for Among Us to get in there and sort out this Roshan. Unfortunately, Roshan's not going to last very long at all.
No.
Just a lot of damage output. It'll be a very, very easy taking.
Yeah, it's difficult for 032. They do have some items flying out. There's a Maelstrom up on Nico, so he's got some more damage flying in, at least.
I didn't realize, John, we have the 322 Dream active on the kill score.
Oh, Among Us has got to do it. They have got to give us 3 kills. I'm sorry, 032, but we need to see the 322 in the scoreboard. It's always an occasion when you get that up, Mike.
Bit ironic considering the team they're versing right now. Being called 032.
Oh, no.
Lane. 3-2, just...
Nico got
any
X.
space they can get. Arbed gonna catch out Nico.
Just playing with him.
Top lane, however, they have engaged, but Jabs is gonna die. Dream is dead, John, but we've got the 420 Dream active.
Oh!
It's currently available on Savage. He'll get a Chrono up onto 2 with the Mortimer's Kisses to fly out. And Bok actually going to get away. Savage may have gone too far, though. No. Bok gets jumped on again. Natsumi is also jumped on with the Static Storm. He's gone. A triple kill out for Savage as he will chase down Ninja Boogie for an Ultra. And they also get Nico up towards the north. Look at Savage. He's dancing around Boogie.
Oh man, the confidence from Among Us. Full team wipe, buyback from Bok. Among Us, 5-24, Mike, 15k lead. They are just styling. There's no way to explain a 5-24 beyond just amazing play. 032, they need to step up. A lot of gaps to cover, but they've got the high ground to defend. They've got 2 tier 2s left. They can play the split push game here with Bok. They just need to find a way to break them up. Among Us has not been splitting up. They really need to respect that team fight. It's too much to handle.
Natsumi going to go in, got a 3-second stun off onto Savage, but he's going to time walk away. Now X out from Arbed, catching out Matthew on that tiny torrent. Not going to be enough, but Matthew can't really get out of this one. Savage will take the kill on the Void. Domination continues here. 17k net worth lead now for Among Us. Dota Plus is actually already saying 100%.
Oh man.
Wow, that's a bit early, but fair enough. The AI has already lost hope.
It's not like this gets any easier late game, right? Like the timings here are not quite lining up. Late game Among Us will always have Chrono to play with. That is the late game solution of the Faceless Void. There is usually no solution up against Chrono unless you have a Venge swap, unless you've got a disarm, or even possibly a shaker to break off the padding. Savage can just dance even at the late game, so it needs to come out soon. 032 needs to find that key pickoff, but they're stuck farming relatively safe here.
Lane, Natsumi, torrented. That'll be it. No more for him.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
Jabs just been on the other side of the map with Cuckoo getting D wards out, and they might just jump onto Ninja Boogie, but Matthew was there with the avalanche toss. They'll Cookie back in with the chains down, and Bok is going to go on to Jabs, but now Savage, another great Chrono, catching two on the back lines with Abed to throw the boat in, and well, Natsumi will cop it with Nico. That'll be Natsumi gone. And Jabs somehow survived with the Mirana. They'll get another. Matthew's still around. He's gone. They call it GG.
Ooh, boy.
That's a dominant victory, John.
Among Us showing up. You said the boys had something to prove, Mike. I think they went a bit overboard there. 032 had no